Jake Zemke, doing what you were brought on and paid to do. SmackDown.
That's it. That's it. You know, I get paid to do a job, and that's what I had to do.
Now you went out there first in the first session or two, and you know these things are internal combustion engines that are exploding, and the engine popped. That must have been
literally exploding. Yeah.
It was quite the sight going down the front straight. In case you missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see behind me, but let me tell you, I had about 6 guys come up to me and said I couldn't even see where the wall was. I was scared, but I was just happy nobody went down. We blew a motor in qualifying, and luckily it was the last lap of the session. It was on at the checkered flag when it blew up. Right before the checkered flag, probably lost a couple tenths on that lap, but you know, it's the way it goes. You know, you're here at Daytona, you're wringing the thing's neck, and you're just trying to get the most out of it you can, and that happens sometimes.
Gee, Sean, you went from blowing up a bike to giving Michael Jordan his first Superbike win. Tough day at the office.
Yeah, well, it was tough running Dave and DJ. They're the two that had to sort of scramble to figure out which direction was up and which one was more important to try and get a backup bike ready to go. Do we make that our primary bike because it was our primary bike? To no, let's concentrate our efforts on our backup bike and making that right. And obviously it worked. So
between the 2 sessions, we had to start taking it apart while maintaining our backup bike so that Jake could continue, and then make sure we made the changes before the race. So it was a pretty hectic day.
You were making some adjustments right off the bat to the steering head. You were changing the angle.
Yeah, we needed to match up the bike that was still running to the same specs that this was at. So we needed to change the steering head cups and the rakes or the offsets.
You guys made the decision to buff up the B bike and make all the setting changes to that bike, and that was it exactly the same or pretty close enough, I guess?
No, actually we changed the bike. We've been changing the bike every session out, and basically I had not done more than 3 laps in a row before we went into the race, because I just go out, make a change, come in, go out, make a change, come in, and that's kind of what the National Guard Suzuki boys have been doing. They've been hard at work all week for me.
We gambled on a suspension setting and whatnot, and from just the knowledge and the suspension stuff that Darren's picked up from Jake, and made this a bike that worked for him.
It was good, the bike really came to us during the race. The first few laps I was just feeling it out, seeing what was going to happen, and I was like, hey, this thing's feeling pretty good. I didn't want to let the lead group get away, because if you lose the pack, you're done at Daytona. So I wanted to be at the front and not let anyone get away, and it's like, man, this thing's working pretty good. I want to go lead some laps, led a few laps, and my bike was just really good. I was really happy with it, and we were able to get some really good drives out of the chicane, and the boys did their work. We've got a better bike today going into the second race. This morning we made more improvement to it, and yeah, it's only going to keep getting better. I mean, every time we get on it, we're making changes, and the bike's just getting more and more comfortable for me. We've been missing grip all weekend, and the most grip I had was the last 2 laps of that warm-up session this morning. So on a race distance tire. So we're doing good.
Zemke of the National Guard, Jordan Suzuki.
They're going to watch this race on satellite over in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's really cool when you think about it. There's 360,000 National Guard members, men and women, that are serving our country, and that they give us the freedoms. It gives me the freedom to come out here and ride a motorcycle, and that's amazing in itself. So.